Hello, Henry from Belgium here. Today, I'm showcasing a true classic space set. Set 6950 Mobile Rocket Transport from 1982. It contains 202 parts, including 2 minifigures. I found this set together with set 6890 at someone's house. 2 great space sets, but my eye immediately went to the 6950. They may not be the most valuable space sets out there, but they're certainly more sought after than many town sets from the same era, and highly desirable among collectors. The box immediately stands out with its typical dark blue background and moon landscape, pure Lego space atmosphere from the early 1980s. The front shows a sturdy space vehicle in action, while the inner flap displays the play features and mood shots of a child playing with the set. On the back, you'll find alternate builds. Always a nice bonus, if only to help get into the right nostalgic mood. The box isn't in perfect condition. As is often the case, the original plastic insert, which normally consists of 2 parts, is missing. That's a pity, but the fact that the box doesn't have any significant damage and still includes all the original cardboard and also the inner box makes up for it in my opinion. The instruction manual is compact, smaller than A4, but very handy. It contains 6 double-sided pages with clear instructions in that unmistakable early 80s style. The moon landscape even continues in the background. The build process is neatly structured, with extra sections for the launch platform and the rocket. The set contains 202 parts, but at the time of purchase I had no idea if it was complete. The contents were partly built, partly loose in the box. That actually made for a good bargaining point. You can sometimes bring the price down by pointing out that pieces might be missing. In such situations, I always check first whether the minifigures are complete and if the key parts are present. In this case, the trans yellow elements definitely had to be included. I also quickly spotted the large wheels, some printed bricks, and other classic space-specific elements from that era. In the end, a plate, a tile, and a few common parts were missing, but I could easily replace them from my own collection. The minifigures are classic space figures. The first minifigs in this theme were released in 1978, wearing either white or red suits. The yellow variant wasn't introduced until a year later. Both figures in this set have the iconic classic space logo on their torsos. The condition of that logo heavily affects their value. The more intact, the better. Each figure has an air tank and an authentic classic space helmet. Clearly not a later version or motorcycle helmet. Fun fact, this same type of helmet was also used in town and castle sets of that time. It's a pity they're both yellow, but on the other hand, it does give the set a nice sense of uniformity. I start by building the vehicle, more specifically, the chassis, which includes several Technic elements. The color scheme is typical for the theme, lots of blue for the base, with light gray and trans yellow accents. The building process is surprisingly enjoyable. With 202 parts, it feels a bit like putting together a puzzle. There's plenty of variety in the pieces. Technic parts, slope bricks, tiles, cones, wings, and other more specialized elements. The large wheels of the chassis immediately stand out. They give the vehicle an impressive, rugged look. The trans yellow parts are real eye-catchers and definitely add value to the set. There are 4 of them included. To me, it's a well-designed and well-executed build. It also includes a turntable element, which allows the rear section to rotate and makes the vehicle easier to maneuver. And thanks to the use of Technic parts, the wheels can move in different directions, which provides good suspension and allows you to drive on rough terrain. Another interesting thing is this part. It is officially described as modified plate 1x1 with open O-clip, thin, vertical grip. In this specific old light grey color, it appears in only 28 sets and was produced between 1980 and 1986. In many second-hand sets, they're often missing or replaced with the newer version in light bluish grey. Luckily, that's not the case here. There's also a larger variant, which you can see here as an example. So always pay close attention to each part and detail, especially if, like me, you aim for historical accuracy. Next, I build the rocket platform. It's a fun little build, using old gray bricks and some hinges. Also 2 printed bricks that are quite rare in this specific gray color. They only come in 3 sets between 1980 and 1985. On top goes a gray radar dish, which was a brand new element in 1982. I have not seen a launch platform design like this before. The idea is that the rocket is placed in it, fits in well, and does not slip out. As the last element, I build the rocket. For me personally, a highlight in this building process. It looks surprisingly realistic and is very well designed from a technical perspective. It includes 2 mini ladders, hinges, an antenna, some trans elements, and the 4 black engine pieces at the bottom. A well thought out design that's both convincing and fun to build. On the box, you can see how to play with it. The idea is that the rocket is shot into space, after which the upper part, the satellite, is released. The hinges then function as a kind of wings that can fold open. And those yellow hinges are definitely worth mentioning. I didn't recognize the parts at first. It's not like the hinge types I usually come across. After a bit of research, I found out they only appeared in 5 sets and were produced for just 1 year. Rare indeed, and a great little detail for collectors. Driving the vehicle around is fun, mainly because of those large wheels. You can tell it's designed for rough terrain. I honestly think it could handle sand as well. I think it's a beautiful and successful design, and especially the recognizable color scheme takes me right back to the early 80s. The detailing and decoration is also quite good, considering the time period that wasn't always the case. The launch pad and the way the rocket should be launched is simple but effective. No complicated mechanisms, just functional and imaginative. Set 6950 Mobile Rocket Transport might not be the ultimate top-tier classic space set, but it's definitely a strong one. And, most importantly, it's an original release from the early 80s, which automatically makes it special. Within a full classic space layout, next to other moon bases and vehicles, it will really find its place and shines. I don't own that many specific classic space sets yet. This is only my 3rd. Finding one in good condition, with box and manual, is rare and often quite expensive. So the fact that I found this one at a great price makes me happy. It will absolutely earn a special place in my collection. Let me know in the comments what you think of this set. And if you want to see more vintage LEGO content, don't forget to subscribe. It's free. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.